Hi again, everybody. Welcome to Inside Golf. I'm Harry Donahue, and coming up on today's show, we're going to take a look and introduce you to some of the youngsters involved in the Philadelphia First Tee program. See what they're up to, getting ready for another golf season. Also, we're going to preview an event coming to Montgomery County. It's going to be the Valley Forge Invitational. It's part of the LPGA's Symetra Tour, where some of the best and aspiring golfers on the LPGA Tour will be playing right in the Philadelphia area at the end of the month. And we'll talk a little bit about fan behavior at PGA Tour events with our Teed Off panel. That's all next. Coming up right here on Inside Golf.
Inside Golf is presented by Destination Montco Golf. 54 courses, 300,000 yards. Check them out at montcogolf.com. By the First Tee of Philadelphia. The First Tee helps young men and women become better golfers, but most important, better people. Get involved. Visit thefirstteephiladelphia.org. By the Golf Association of Philadelphia, GAP, celebrating amateur golf since 1897. By Jersey Man Magazine, it's a Jersey way of life. And by Philly Man Magazine, bringing it to Broad Street. By the Haverford Trust Company. Quality is in our DNA. And by Inside Golf's partner since 1998, the Philadelphia Section PGA. Experts in the game and business of golf. Take time to thank your local PGA golf professional.
I'd be nowhere near the golfer or person that I am today without Cam. We don't hold our thoughts back with each other, and that's why we're able to be so successful.
Jordan brought with him a tremendous desire to achieve, whether it was that first day that we met or every session thereafter.
One of the epic performances.
Accomplishing these lifetime goals, could not have done it without Cam.
The best stories end in thanks. Share your story at thankspgapro.com.
The First Tee of Greater Philadelphia, where golf is more than a game.
Welcome back to Inside Golf. You know, the First Tee program has been growing by leaps and bounds all around the country, and especially in the Philadelphia area. What do they have planned for the First Tee of Philadelphia this golf season? Well, among other things, they have some new locations. Let's find out more from the program director of the Philadelphia First Tee, Anthony Hoffman.
15 jumper jacks, right? We all count? We all count? Ready, get set? I didn't say go. Ready, get set, go.
Well, I think the First Tee is a great program. I couldn't wait to get started with the program. I grew up around it. I see what it does to kids of all different ages, different races. Brings everybody together for a similar interest.
So we're gonna go, see that red hole up there?
Yeah.
That's gonna be 20 points, okay? Orange, 15, yellow, 10, green, 5. Good job.
We run classes from Monday through Saturday, so what we'll do is, just like any other sport, we warm up, we exercise, we don't want anybody getting hurt, so stretching's a big deal with golf, and along with every other sport. We'll talk about different life skills and core values for the day, like responsibility, respect. Then we'll go through different golf drills. We usually like to do 2 drills per session, so our sessions are usually 90 minutes, and we'll cover basically putting, chipping, driving, full swings. We like getting kids interested in golf pretty early. What we do is we make a lot of colorful games to play. We have skee ball up here. We use different hula hoops. We use pool noodles. We just want to make games that are colorful for kids. A good visual image is good for them, and I think they have a great time with it.
You know, the First Tee program is great for young kids who are just starting in the game of golf, but it's also taken it to another dimension. Some of these youngsters stay with the First Tee program, and by doing so, they take their game to a new level.
We have our older kids going out at 7 a.m. They'll play either 9 or 18 holes. Afterwards, they'll stick around, practice on the driving range. And then we have our younger kids coming at 9 a.m. So a lot of our older kids will help stick around, help with the drills, help deliver the life skills and the core values and the healthy habits. It's a great atmosphere in here. We have a great building. We have a brand new simulator donated to us, 2 hitting bays, a full course outside with a nice range. It's just a lot of opportunities for kids here to grow and develop into better people, and that's what we care about most here. Not only do we teach golf, but we like to teach core values that help kids grow and to be the best people they can. So yeah, we have a lot of opportunities for kids all over the city to come out to us at the First Tee. We have a facility at FDR Golf Course in South Philadelphia at our JC Learning Center. We are in Walnut Lane Golf Course in Roxborough. We actually operate that course, so we have full access to a whole hitting area, putting green, full 18 holes. So it's a lot of fun there. We also are at the public side of Spring Mill. They have a great chip and putt course there. We have a full range. There's a lot of opportunities there. We recently branched out. We're going to try to start a program in Northeast Philadelphia at John F. Byrne Golf Course, Springfield Golf Center in Jersey, Apple Cross Country Club. We just started a girls golf program up there, which is going great. We have a lot of help up there. Girls are loving it. So yeah, there's a lot of opportunities, not only at our facilities, but as kids grow through the program, they have opportunities all over the country, from going to Florida, from going to Pebble Beach and playing in a senior tour event, which is a great opportunity for kids to experience the world and meet new kids from all across the country. It's a great network that we have. We have around 155 chapters of the First Tee, so it's just great to meet kids from different parts of the country, different teachers and different coaches, and I think it's just a great opportunity to get into.
Go, go!
I'm just hoping that I can help kids of all ages and different backgrounds to the same opportunities that I had. And I just can't say enough about the First Tee program and the different opportunities that we have. Not only does the First Tee teach us, but golf also teaches a lot about yourself. And I think what we do here is a very good job of implementing different core values that we run throughout our classes. It can just help with, it's a game of a lifetime, so I think kids really gain interest here, and hopefully it'll continue throughout the life and into their careers and help them for the rest of their life.
Our thanks to Anthony Hoffman for bringing us up to speed on the Philadelphia First Tee program. Remember, you can register your child starting in mid-May. Just go to their website, thephiladelphiafirst.org. Coming up next, a preview of a women's event coming to Montgomery County in late May. It's the Symetra Tour at Ravens Claw. Next on Inside Golf.
Everyone is looking for something. Consistency, quality, peace of mind. Found. The Haverford Trust Company.
As long as there is fear, as long as there is curiosity, as long as there are undiscovered corners of the earth, and as long as there is willingness and desire, then you are capable of more. The BMW Championship is coming to Philadelphia September 2018. The top 70 PGA Tour players will be there. Will you?
Welcome back to Inside Golf. Coming up later this month, the Symetra Tour will be making its first appearance in the Philadelphia area. It's going to be at Ravens Claw in Montgomery County. And here with a preview is Rachel Riley with the Valley Forge Tourism and Convention Board.
Thanks, Harry. Women's professional golf is making its way to Montgomery County. Join us for the inaugural Valley Forge Invitational, part of the LPGA Symetra Tour, at one of the area's finest public courses, Ravens Claw Golf Club here in Pottstown. It all happens May 21st through the 26th. The Valley Forge Tourism and Convention Board is proud to be the event's founding sponsor and to bring it to Montgomery County. This is one of 22 events on the Symetra Tour, and it's the first time it's coming to the Philadelphia region. The Valley Forge Invitational will not only place the spotlight on women's golf, but also on Montgomery County's 53 golf clubs and over 300,000 yards of play. It's all part of the Tourism Board's Destination Montgo Golf brand, introduced 3 years ago to promote some of the most historic and top-ranked courses in the country. Open since 2005, Ravensclaw Golf Club has been voted a top 10 course in Pennsylvania by Golf Week magazine. The Invitational will feature 2 up-and-coming Montgomery County natives, Emily Gimple and Isabella Delisio. This event is huge for the region, especially the Pottstown area, with the Pottstown Area Health and Wellness Foundation benefiting from the tournament. The Invitational is expected to have $1 million impact, with 5,000 to 10,000 observers expected to attend and 600 hotel room nights. The tour is also featured in the Tourism Board's 2nd annual Montgo Golf Guide, a partnership with Sports Illustrated. The guide will be distributed to more than 10,000 golfers later this month. Sponsorships, spots to play in the Pro-Am, and volunteer opportunities are all still available. I'm Rachel Riley for the Valley Forge Tourism and Convention Board. For more on the Valley Forge Invitational, check out montgogolf.com.
But I was present on the first tee for all the first tee shots, and if fans remember, Keegan Bradley, Bubba Watson, they were encouraging fans, almost Happy Gilmore style, to make as much noise as possible.
Welcome back. Inside Golf continues with Teed Off. Today our panel assembled at the Bluebell Inn in Bluebell, Pennsylvania, where they invite you to indulge in style. It's Montgomery County's top dining venue. The food, the atmosphere, everything right here at the Bluebell Inn. And right here at the Bluebell Inn today, we have, as a member of our Teed Off panel, from the Philadelphia Section, PGA of America, the Executive Director, Jeff Surratt. Good to see you again, Jeff.
Thanks for having me.
Chris Gardner is right down the road at Bluestone Country Club, head professional. And you're invited to go to Chris's website for membership information. Give everybody the place to go.
BluestoneCC.com.
BluestoneCC.com. Ken Dunnick, he is the publisher of Jersey Man, Philly Man magazine.
There it is.
The latest quarterly issue has our good friend, Charlie Manuel.
Correct. And don't forget about our new columnist, Harry Donahue, talking about
yours truly.
My old locker mate, Stan Walters. So
you told me I should have interviewed you. He gave you a tough time as a rookie?
Well, he was a little tough on rookies, and not only that, he was a chain smoker back in the days when you could smoke in the locker room. So Stan and I have plenty of good stories to tell.
Well, read all about Stan in this latest issue of Jersey Man magazine. Let's talk about fan behavior. We've seen over the past few months some incidents have cropped up on the PGA Tour. Case in point, I think it was the Honda where Justin Thomas had a fan actually removed for some remarks he had made. We know, Jeff, there's a difference in how events handle things, and some events are maybe rowdier than others. Out in Phoenix, every year that waste management thing borders on getting out of control at times, whereas at a place like Augusta, you can hear a pin drop. That's the way they like it. Your take on, the gives, the no's, yeses,
sure,
whatever in fan behavior.
I think the economics of golf tournaments push that a little bit. So when you're looking for a fan experience or you're looking for a sponsor experience, what can we do that makes our event different to draw partners and fans to our event? So they built a small city out in Phoenix, to surround the 16th hole, and they've done a similar thing now at the Honda, where they've kind of started building kind of this small city, outside the par 3 right there, and that's kind of where it went down with Justin Thomas. So, I think as tournaments try to draw more people and draw more partners, they're trying to enhance that experience. So, and in turn, unfortunately, at times that experience goes with alcohol, which then turns into maybe some upsetting behavior. So I do think, maybe a little bit of a traditionalist. There is a line that, some people cross or have crossed, but ultimately, it's a spectator sport, so you're going to run into it.
Chris, I was going to say, I'll take maybe, the side of, in other sports, people are encouraged to cheer to boo maybe, okay? You go to a football game on a Sunday with our Super Bowl champion Eagles and their opponents. They're going to hear a lot, the opponents, when it comes to fans reacting. Why is it that golf, as a tradition, has never allowed that to be the experience?
Well, you know, and I take it back to basketball as well. If I'm shooting a free throw to win the game, I got thousands of people behind the backboard waving and screaming at the top of their lungs. So I can get behind the fact that, you know, the players don't want to be bothered, obviously, during the shot. I think that's what I really have a problem with, is if you're yelling a little bit before the shot is hit, that can really disrupt a golfer. If you're yelling while the shot's in the air, as long as it's not mashed potatoes or dilly-dilly, you know, we could do without that a little bit. But if you're unfortunately screaming against a guy, as long as it's not over the top, I don't know. I think that adds to the fan experience that Jeff said. You know, we want players to show up at the events. You know, or you know, we want fans to show up and support. So I don't know. It's certainly miles away from where football, basketball, baseball are. But you know, you see at Augusta though. As soon as you're caught running, you could be technically in trouble and lose your badge if you're running.
Swimming pools, the decks at pools were the only place where you couldn't run, but you actually can't run.
Can't run at Augusta.
Yeah.
Ask Tony Finau why you shouldn't run at Augusta.
Especially backwards.
Dislocated his ankle.
I was going to ask you, because you played collegiate basketball and football at Memphis State back in the day when it was Memphis State and not just
You know,
Memphis.
You're getting old when they change the name of the school.
I know. And then you're a golfer. So you've been in the arena where people are screaming and hollering, depending on the circumstance, as you try to perform. Do you find it unsettling to be in the top of your backswing and maybe even hear a horn blow, you know, from a car riding down the street?
You know, I think golf, for as long as I can remember, has been a mannerly game. It's a gentlemanly game. It's a ladylike game. And because of that, there's a history of not making those types of sounds. Of course, when you're in a football stadium or a basketball arena, it's the opposite. The opposing team is trying to make you miss. So it lacks that mannerly element. Now, I can tell you, playing pro football, I played in stadiums that had 70,000 people. And I would rather have played in front of 0 people, because your level of concentration is much higher. You think you get excited about the crowd. You're really not that excited about the crowd. You're excited about staying alive in front of Lawrence Taylor or Reggie Wright or wherever you happen to be in front of. So, but there is an aspect to golf that gives you a little bit of rabbit ears. You know, you hear a camera click, you hear a phone go off, and for whatever reason, it sets you off a little bit, but there certainly are differences in the games, no doubt.
Yeah, and you know, we talked about different venues, but how about the Ryder Cup, Jeff? Over the past few years, I mean, things have really picked up when it comes to fan involvement, you know, vis-a-vis what they're saying and hollering out at different times.
Yeah, I think that, again, I think there's always a line somewhere, right? But at Hazeltine, you know, it was built to bleed red, white, and blue. Now, that's how they built that venue. That's how the PGA of America went out and did it, you know, with the color scheme and how it was all done and how the players get the fans riled up. So I would say, you know, Patrick Reed made the comment, the Masters experience is 1,000 times different than the Ryder Cup experience. You know, what you're going to experience at a Ryder Cup and what's expected of you at the Masters is light years apart. And I think the other difference too is, you know, basketball and golf maybe is the proximity of players to fans. Now, you know, when you're playing football, you know, you have a sideline and a bench, and then you have people on the other side. Whereas golf, you know, they can reach out and touch you. So, you know, when somebody wants to talk to you as a golf professional, you know, they're from me to you versus somebody that's 10 rows up, you know, yelling something bad at you.
Just to pick up on your point, though, you mentioned the Ryder Cup. So in that venue, the players actually try to engage the fans. So they're welcoming that kind of feedback. In a normal tournaments, they're not. So it's quite
well, and what they've done, and I guess they'll do it in Paris this year too, is that entryway into the first hole and the setup, the way the grandstands are, it's almost like the Coliseum.
Yep.
Right? I mean, you know, the competitors are coming out, and they're going mano a mano, and everybody's getting revved up. The difference this year, they'll have vintage French wine instead of maybe Guinness, you know, on tap. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how Paris responds to this whole climate of us against you.
I was fortunate to be at Medina in Chicago in 2012 for that tournament for 3 days, and it was a great event until the end of Sunday, if you're American. But good competition, but I was present on the first tee for all the first tee shots, and if fans remember, Keegan Bradley, Bubba Watson, they were encouraging fans, almost Happy Gilmore style, to make as much noise as possible.
Ian Poulter
Ian Poulter encouraged it as well, and boy, was it fun to see that and hear it, and I think they all ripped it off the first tee, so they can do it, but you're not going to see that week in, week out. I don't think anybody necessarily wants to see that week in, week out, but for that competition and that atmosphere, it was awesome.
Yeah, it depends, different strokes.
You'll see the same thing.
You
see the same thing at the Solheim Cup with the girls. They ramp it up as well. It's and this in that team atmosphere.
You don't get the fans, the dilly or whatever hollering out on getting all, that usually doesn't surface at LPGA events, does it? Even
but the
Solheim?
mannerisms are different. Definitely different when they get to the team event.
Yeah, whole different ball game. All right, be on your best behavior. Regardless of where you are, remember that all the time. What works at one place doesn't work at another. We'll be back. More of Inside Golf in a moment.
Located in Bluebell, just a short drive from Plymouth Meeting, Bluestone Country Club offers a setting that's close at hand but feels like a world away. Bluestone offers a championship caliber golf course, practice facilities including a large driving range, separate chipping and putting areas, and a staff of PGA professionals. At the Country House at Bluestone, you'll find excellent food, superb service, and an outstanding setting. Their expert staff will assist in planning your next event, whether it's a wedding or simply a luncheon, dinner, or cocktail party. Check out Bluestone's variety of membership options. Much more than a golf course, Bluestone is a community.
Hi, I'm Michelle Gatorowitz from the G2 Golf Group. Please join me and my colleagues, Elizabeth Granahan, PGA Teacher of the Year, and Kathy McPherson, LPGA Golf Academy Professional, as we welcome Women's Golf Day at the beautiful Crystal Springs Resort in Vernon Valley, New Jersey. Nestled within New Jersey's Hamburg Mountains, Crystal Springs Resort has been recognized by Golf Digest as one of the best resorts in the Americas. Offering an unbelievable array of outdoor activities, the resort boasts 6 award-winning golf courses and is one of the largest golf resorts in the United States. Our trip includes 2 nights accommodations, 2 buffet breakfasts, boxed lunch, barbecued dinner, 18 holes on the award-winning Ballyowen Golf Club, and the Piece de Resistance, a welcome dinner featuring keynote speaker Joe Cloak, founder and CEO of Joe Fit Apparel. It's going to be a great time. I hope you'll consider joining us. So ladies, get a hold of your golf buddies and give us a call. Be sure to mention Inside Golf when you do, and we'll make sure we have a special gift waiting for you this June at Crystal Springs Resort.
Well, that's going to do it for this week's edition of Inside Golf. Our thanks to the folks at the Philadelphia First Tee. By the way, their registration for kids of all ages begins this month. Just go to their website. That's thefirsttee.philadelphia.org to register a future great golfer. And coming up on a future show, we're going to be talking about changes in the rules of golf. You probably heard about it. And guess what? We're here at Fieldstone right now with none other than my good buddy Tom Corpus.
Hi, Harry. Just working on my putting a little bit.
Oh, I'm sure you are, and working on those new rules. Tom, of course, longtime professional at Kennett Square. He is still chairman for a few more months of the PGA Rules Committee, and he is also now in a new position. You can just show him that logo. Tom is a rules official now with the PGA Tour Champions, so he's getting out and about with some of the better, well-known golfers of a different era. Hey, listen, you're going to join us for a future show, as I mentioned, on some of these rules changes. They will start going into effect January of 2019. We know how time flies. That's going to be with us pretty soon. But tell us about some of the things in general that we'll see changing and we'll be talking about here on Inside Golf in a future show.
Well, obviously the biggest thing is collaborative effort, USGA R&A, the most collaborative in my lifetime, which I give them a lot of credit for. A lot of input from people, including just regular golfers to all these associations that run tournaments. So the idea here is to come up with a code that's the terminology will be easier to read. It won't be a lot of legal jargon as it is today.
You won't have to be a lawyer with a degree from Harvard Law School.
You won't need to find someone to interpret it for you. You'll be able to pick it up and hopefully be able to read it and understand it. The rules will be more intuitive. We're getting rid of some of the penalties that people wondered why they were there. And again, we're calling it modernization. It's really to get up to speed with where the game is going. An example would be marking what we're going to call penalty areas, formerly known as lateral water hazards and water hazards. They're now going to be called penalty areas, which will now encompass areas like deserts, thicket areas where your ball most likely would be lost. Committees now could put red lines down and make it a penalty area instead of forcing someone to go back under stroke and distance.
And another thing Tom will tell us about is, you know how I'm old enough to remember when you used to have to drop it blindly perhaps over your shoulder. Then it was shoulder height in front, and now it's going to be down at the knee.
Yeah, we went from here to here, knee height, drop it straight down, and it's going to have to drop it. You have to drop it within these, what we're going to call relief areas. The big thing is the ball is going to have to stay in the relief area, and then you have to play it from within the relief area.
And we're standing here on the putting green, and there are some changes regarding what you can do starting in January on the putting surface. You can keep the flagstick in and putt.
Leave it in, putt away.
You can touch the line on the green.
Isn't this great?
Wow. You can fix, you ready? Spike marks. That's always been one of the things that people have said.
Coming.
Why not spike marks? Because you can already fix ball marks. We'll talk about that and a lot more with Mr. Rules. As he says,
golf rules.
That's Tom Karpus. I'm Harry Donahue. Remember, no matter how bad it's going for you out there, don't pick up. And we'll see you down the road with Tom Karpus talking golf rules next on Inside Golf.
Inside Golf is presented by Destination Montco Golf. 54 courses, 300,000 yards. Check them out at montcogolf.com. By the First Tee of Philadelphia. The First Tee helps young men and women become better golfers, but most important, better people. Get involved. Visit thefirstteephiladelphia.org. By the Golf Association of Philadelphia, GAP, celebrating amateur golf since 1897. By Jersey Man Magazine, it's a Jersey way of life. And by Philly Man Magazine, bringing it to Broad Street. By the Haverford Trust Company, quality is in our DNA. And by Inside Golf's partner since 1998, the Philadelphia Section PGA, experts in the game and business of golf. Take time to thank your local PGA golf professional.